Yo! Oh my god, that is so loud. What's happening, chat? Oh, chat, I'm sorry. No music. What's up, guys? How's things? Minty, what's happening, man? How you doing? Guys, what's up? Oh, the camera's a bit off, isn't it? What's going on there? That better? That better? That's a bit better. I think we're good, right? Yeah, that's good. First time I'm on time. Nice one, Minty. You're first in chat. Actually, we haven't had anyone state like first in a while. Boog, what's happening? What's up, Peter? Oh, that's awesome, man. Best luck on this 14, dude. They're a fantastic car. Hello from Malaysia. Hello, Ben. How are you doing, man? I should probably close up my door here. One second, guys. But yeah, how are you guys doing? What's up, Sprocket? Closing out the door, so I don't like blow up the whole house. Guys, how you all doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But yeah, what's the story? As we say here in Ireland, what's the story? In other words, like, I mean, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? What's the story? Is it as simple as it sounds? I don't know. You guys tell me. Minty is tired. Alexander, hello Alex, how you doing, man? I have 2,000 hours in a Ciro. Probably, yeah. Hang on, let's check. How do I check? Collections? How many hours do I have? 1,955, you're right. Nearly 2,000. Yeah, I have quite a few hours in the game. I mean, that's nothing nowadays. Have you my friends since 2015? Yeah, the name sounds familiar. Pretty sure it was like R Factor times or something like that. 600. That's kind of like the normal amount of hours. I think, like, honestly, my 2,000 hours mostly comes from like training for like competitions and stuff. And probably times when I've just stayed up late, like 2 a.m. in the morning for no particular reason, just to drive. Because why not? You know, like you just want to clear your head or whatever after uni or after, you know, a week of working or something like that. It's always nice to, even during the week, sometimes I stay up to like on a Wednesday or something, stay up to like 2 a.m. just driving. Inspect the glasses. But yeah, worked 5 hours, didn't get no sleep. 5 more tonight without sleep. Jeez, man. What do you do, Minty? You're working night shifts or something, are you? By the way, guys, if any of you are wondering, we do have a server up on Mihan. Feel free to join. We're on WDTS cars. Reese is already in there with an S15. We got Turk inside there with an S14. Something like that. Fair enough. What's up, Vac? How you doing? See a lot of photos. What's up? How you doing? What's up, man? Did the game help you achieve better results in competitions? I was already doing. So okay, so when it comes, my opinion on me doing competition stuff, and I'll discuss this while we're joining the server. So like, so doing real life stuff. So for anyone who doesn't know, I do compete in the real world. I haven't done that in a year, right? It's been over. January of 2020 was the last time I drove my car, or maybe start of February. It's the last time I competed, and I like to believe, right? This is a personal thing. I like to believe if I didn't do a Ciro stuff, I'd still be at my level in the real world. But what I will say is that the same has helped me get to my level way faster. It's the things you don't think about. For example, you know, timing of transitions, clutch kicking at specific points to maximize the performance of the car, left foot braking. I learned all of that on the sim or on the game. Like left foot braking, I learned on like Forza Motorsport 2 in like 2007, because you know you had the 2 pedals and you had 2 feet, so you'd obviously use, you know, both feet for both of the pedals. You wouldn't use your, you know, yeah, stuff like that. So that's how I kind of trained and stuff. But a lot of the mental game that's required for the real world and doing good in competitions is self-taught. Like I don't really know, can you prepare that much? You either have it or you don't. I'll go try out the Driftmaster cars. What's up, Gomez? How you doing? You learned left foot braking about a month ago. Helped immensely. Yeah, left foot braking is handy. It's a handy technique. Let me swap over to the other camera here. 1 second. Right. Okay. Typical. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna lose the voice here for a second while I change here. Right, we're back. Whoopsie. Yeah. Sorry. I need to fix that. I need to fix my camera so it's always activated when it starts up the game. It never does it. It's so freaking annoying. You always suck at doing competitions IRL, as was bad at chasing. But see, that's the thing. Like, IRL, I think, for the most part, I find that you win most competitions. So up until in Ireland, at least, in Ireland would be fairly tough competition because we have got so many great drivers. You got James Dean, you got the Shanahan brothers, McKeever, Nigel Colfer a bit back in the day, Darren McNamara even further back in the day. Me, hello, me. um, yeah, you have so many great drivers that you kind of, the level is very high across the whole board. It's not like you got like 4 guys and they're the best in the biz. You got like, 7 or 8 guys that are the best in the biz, and then you got, 10, 15 guys that are, just below that level. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn up the brightness. So like for the amateur competition stuff, it is very, very much about consistency. Um, like you still have to drive hard and stuff, but for me, when I was growing up through the ranks, how I won my battles was just off lead runs, just being consistent. I didn't even have to run doors or anything like that. I didn't even use left foot braking, probably until I had 2016 when I got my Pro-Am license. That was probably the first time I started really using left foot braking. Up to that point, I didn't really need to attack on the chase position. You just had to be consistent. And the driver level in Ireland was nuts, and it still is nuts. So, you'd be surprised. But the Janu, nice one, Gomez. Pikarski with the follow, welcome. Will3304 with the follow as well. Thank you, guys. Welcome. Been having trouble importing my Gymkhana track to AC8. You still having issues with that, Sprocket? Yo, Kamsa, what's up? Hopefully, Siro will help me for next year's trip to Ibisu. So that's going to Ibisu. That should be exciting, Slane Tracks. Like that's one of the things is I think of course Acero helps to a certain extent, right? So you can put all your time and effort into Acero, and and you could say it's cheaper than the real world, to do what you want to do. But there is a point where actually learning in the real world is more beneficial to you. So like, for example, if we were able to put the exact amount of time and effort as we do in Acero into the real world, you would become a way better drifter faster in the real world because you'd be able to actually feel everything. Because like, when you're in the sim, you have a lack of seat is what we call it. So like, you have your eyes and your ears, right? And then you got your seat in the real car. But because you don't have the seat, the feeling of the movement of the seat in the sim, you have to compromise and use more of your eyes and ears to make up for that lack of feeling. So like, I firmly believe that real world driving, as much as you can, is more beneficial to you than Acero. However, it is financially not doable to do it that way, and realistically the time is not possible either. There's no competition, no race circuit is going to stay up to like 24 hours every single day, and is not super accessible. Like what I say to people is, the great thing about the sim is that you could be at a wedding, okay, and second you're finished the wedding, you go to the house and you can go on the sim. Whereas you can't do that when you're a real, when you're driving the real world. You can't just suddenly decide, oh, I'm just gonna leave this place and get into my truck with my drift car in the back and just, go drifting for 20 hours straight. Oops, oopsie. You're going there for every year since 2013? game's a bit laggy. I should probably turn on my... Is the stream laggy, guys? Oh, it's very laggy. Hang on a second. I think I know why that's the case. Oh, don't turn that on. HUD layout, FPS counter on. What are we at? I think I know what the problem was. 1 second, guys. I think I have my thing set on for pictures. Well, I have a picture preset for when I'm taking pictures or recording video, which I started doing recently. So I think that's why the stream is lagging. But I know it's not lagging a lot, but it's lagging enough for it to be worth change it. Oh wow, okay, that's a massive change in graphicalness. It's very snowing now. Some cars feel like front end is trying to pull me out of the drift straighten. Is there any setup to help straighten you up? To me that sounds like the car is very grippy. And it probably just requires a lot more throttle modulation or you know, yeah, throttle modulation. In AC I've noticed that you have to have your foot on the gas at least by like 10%. You can't stab at it like this, because if you do that, it doesn't really do much. You kind of have to be on consistent amount of gas all the time. So, setup wise though, there shouldn't be. If you're talking about the Driftmasters cars, they shouldn't be out of the box like that. Then again, I was driving a private version of them, so maybe the public version is different. My pedals are squeaky and it's pretty annoying. Meanwhile, on a controller, yeah, but you're kind of forced to do that, right? You know, you don't have as much range of the finger. Do you remember as well those Driftmasters cars? They're actually VDC cars. They are the exact same as Virtual Drift Championship cars, so they are very grippy anyway. Oops, okay. Oh, push a point, okay. Your pedals keep jumping. True, you don't even have to clutch. What's up, Winters? Dude, both of my pedals are squeaky now. I've been meaning to take them outside and, like, you know, lube them up a small bit. You like the new DCGP cars? Yeah, they're definitely better than before. They still don't really drive like their independent chassis that they're representing. So, for example, they all kind of drive like BMWs. That's because they kind of have BMW geometry on them. The tires are definitely better. I think it's been a few weeks since I last drove them, so I'll have to, you know, figure that out. Oh, FPS drop. How's the server, guys? Is it, or the stream, guys? Is it okay? think letting off the gas was your problem? Yeah, that would probably do it. Seal oiler. Like that's the thing. It's yeah, it's mad how just a small little tweak of your feet and how much easier it is to drive. Like those cars out of the box. I've driven them before. Maybe not those current version of the S50 or the Driftmasters cars, if that's what you're driving. But I drove them out of the box, and they drive out of the box. They actually drive quite well once you use the right techniques. But oh Jesus! Dude, this is a freaking tune. Oh no, don't skip on it. I meant to turn it up. That was a freaking tune, man. I mean, when I mean a tune, I mean it was a good song. I want to turn up. Okay, I want to do some setup stuff, right? Who's that? Who's flashing the headlights in front of me? Who are you, and what do you want? I will find you. Do you know what we should do, guys? We should turn up the toe on the front to make it super snappy. It's you! Oh, it's you! What's up, Slane Tracks? And we've got Minty and Cresta. We got this freaking guy over here. What's up, Keen? Thank you, man. Merry Christmas to you, dude. You too, dude. Freaking hell, man. The Rifto with the follow. Welcome. Stream's fine now. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I just didn't turn on my settings. I had it up too high. What's up, man? How you doing? Okay. New Year's resolution 2021. Fix my freaking pedals. What do you think? What you guys think? Or do you like the squeaks? Sounds like a bird or something. Oh, whoopsie. It's alright, whoops. Can't hear them that good. Alright, okay, that's fine. That's better. That's nice to that's actually nice to know that you guys can't really hear them. Because I was like really conscious about it the last stream, I think it was on Monday. I was like, alright, I better get that fixed. But then again, this is not exactly like some 50 million euro bajillion dollar production, so I mean, there's going to be flaws at some point. Like for example, my pedals are super dark. I would like to brighten up that camera. Or maybe just buy a new camera for the pedals altogether. Maybe I could use my GoPro. I do have a GoPro which I could use for some stuff. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Sorry, guy. When I'm not paying attention, I drive really badly. Ringe on YouTube with the follow. Cookie has followed as well on Twitch. Right, okay, now we're just concentrating on driving. Concentrate on this one lap. Do things properly. Out of the last corners. Yes, that was a good lap. Not even on YouTube. Oh, really? It says you subscribed on YouTube. That's all. I have an. I'm live on YouTube as well. So if you sub on YouTube, I wonder does it just pop up? Because I'm pretty sure it did. Hang on, I can replay notification and see if it actually. Well, like the color of the follow determines the social media. So AVYANG just followed on Facebook, and that was a blue thing. Sorry, I'm not really driving well right now. I'm looking at chat. My bad. Acturus has followed as well. FPS sequential or H pattern. I'm on H pattern today. Look at the wobble. Look at the wobble on that guy. Look at that. Look at that shifting. Oh god, yeah. I said earlier on YouTube when I was watching VDC vid, and I was like, really? That's weird. That's weird. Because look, that was the notification. I just replayed the notification. Why not? That's interesting. But I do notice that I very rarely get notifications from YouTube or Facebook. That is. I'm not really sure why. Sociopathic. What's up, man? Or I'll just call you Potato. Got a phone appointment. Happy to catch the stream again. Nice one, Potato. Welcome, man. Or I'll just wave at you because you have no sound. Countdown, Alan. We know you're happy about the wobble. This is the first time I've used the H pattern in a long ass time. Now look at this crew here. Oh, Carl with the big flick. I look forward to the new Street Pack that WDT are working on, which I assume they are, because they kind of release new packs of both cars like every year. Four-speed dog box or sequential? I suppose, Peter, it really depends. So, like, I'm putting a four-speed dog box into my my personal S14 real-life car, and the reasoning for that is just one, it's cheaper, really, but also like they are literally bulletproof. Like, I'm putting a GeForce G101A, and oh, whoops. And like they are freaking tough as, you know, and like I'm a hard. I think it's fair to say I would be quite tough on my gear. And having a sequential, I think I would probably break it. But I would love a sequential, but I don't think it's really worth the money. If maybe if you're looking for like the last 2% of performance, maybe a sequential might be slightly better. But that's only if you're you know, like shifting mid corner or something. Oh man, that was not great driving by me. Still running an R200? Yeah, still running an R200 diff, but it's actually from a Nissan Sima. I don't know if you guys have heard of those cars before, or a Nissan President. So, oh man. Game is laggy, is it? Is it just me? Or is it the server? So yeah, it's actually like a GTR style. So we run Nissan R33 GTR driveshafts with this Nissan Sima diff, which actually is the same as an R33 GTR differential, which is freaking nuts. So it's kind of got the strength, kinda. I think there is some ins and outs. So like the stock, let's say S14 differential is like a small bearing or something, and then the differential we have, which is like a 3.6 GTR style, is like a medium bearing, and then the 4.1 like V-spec or whatever is the large bearing, which is the strongest differential. That comes in like the 33 GTRs and I think the 34 V-spec. I think the 34 GTR V-spec is the differential again, but yeah, we run this Sima differential, which is has the length of gear ratio we want with the added strength, which is nice. What's up, skits? 3 people trying to kill you. That's not very nice of them, is it? Let's chase Camzo. Jesus took my grip, Royal. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. What wheel do I have? Like steering rim or steering base? Steering wheel base. Well, okay, I'll explain it. I have a SimMagic M10 with a steering wheel called STR or something like that. It's just a cheap steering wheel. Steering rim itself. You don't need anything special when it comes to sim drifting anyway. This wheel would actually be good enough for a real car, I'd say, though, because it is quite strong. I clipped him, did I? How many hours? About 2,000. Oh. Oopsie. Actually, I was playing BeamNG last night on my own. And I don't know, I feel like I need to get a group of people together and we need to try BeamNG multiplayer with drifting. I think that'd be fairly entertaining. Like running doors, denting each other's doors and shit. That'd be pretty freaking cool. I was like setting up a car last night on BeamNG. I think it was, what is it, the Hirochi, like, you know, the Subaru? Anyone who plays BeamNG, you might know. Oh, Adrian hit the wall. And I put the rally suspension on it and made it like I tried to make it 3-wheel. And it was semi-successful. It wasn't super successful, but it was successful enough of making it 3-wheel. Oh, he's gonna hit the tires. No, he's not. Don't invite good oils to be Wreckfest streaming again. Oh, to be honest, Enzi, we need to do like a VDC Wreckfest stream. That'd be hilarious. What field of view? I'm running 70. Oh, it's so unstable, is it? Oh man, that kind of sucks. I can't launch it in. I need to stop braking there. I think if I didn't touch the brake pedal there, I would have been able to launch it in there way harder. We're spinning now. Holidays are pretty hectic. All good, Potato. See you later, man. What's up, Daniel? How are you doing? Messaged on Twitch. Sorry, hang on one sec now. Let me just finish off this lap. I get that message. I don't have any fancy reading chat screens. I need to get one like right here where that camera is. Okay, I just spun. Never mind. Bad tires. You messaged on YouTube. Didn't realize you're streaming on Twitch. This is main. Well, actually, I could see YouTube messages. Is your name Gosh? Do you remember what kind of settings you used on the T500 back in the day? Doesn't seem to be as smooth as yours, as mine was. Yeah, so I do have settings, alright. If you want to shoot me a DM, I can send them. DM on Discord will probably be the easiest. BeamNG, drifting's pretty fun, for me at least. Oh fuck, I'm not even paying attention where I'm going. I'm not very good at reading chat and driving at the same time. I'm not as good as other streamers. Ask about the T500. Yeah man, I have settings. I can send them to you if you want to shoot me a message on Discord. I still have screenshots of them. Pretty hard without neck effects, BeamNG drifting. Yeah, so I was kind of getting used to it. I increased the field of view, and it helped a lot actually. In copy view anyway. I also downloaded like a steering angle mod for the 200BX, but it feels like crap. Like, it's terrible. So I wonder how hard it is to do like suspension stuff. Oh, whoa, shoot. Massive FPS drop. Is the FPS bad, guys, on stream? Dude, I need to get a new computer so badly. Oh, they need to put the handbrake there. That was a weird thing to do. Oh, oh, tire wall. PC ain't that bad. To be fair, you're right. It isn't really that bad. My CPU is quite decent. 2600, Ryzen 5 2600 AMD like. Graphics card though, I mean it's at the weaker end. It's essentially, I mean I don't know, like it's not even a. I mean what, the 2060? Yeah, it's like. I don't know, it's not even related to any of the new graphics cards nowadays. Like, it is so outdated. It's perfect for AC, but for competing and stuff, for competing, it's not the nicest. And if I'm streaming as well, it's pretty decent, but it's pretty decent for AC, put it that way, which is basically all I pay anyway. But for Cyberpunk, for example, it is terrible. I'd be lucky to see 35 FPS on Cyberpunk, even on the low settings, and even with the AMD CPU patch thing that you can do with changing of the hexadecimal codes. Single 970 is like a 1060, and to be honest, even with my two, like I do have two 970s in SLI, but like to be honest, I found that it actually runs better with just a single 970 enabled. So, yeah, I've just been only running with the one recently. How do I get snow on Mihan? On the track or just on the road, on the grass? I think this is just the weather. I think I've just set the weather to like. Oh, it's Tonor Microphone. I was wondering who the hell this guy was. I was like, I just saw Kivia and I was like, who's that? Oh, whoops, I just spun him around. Brilliant. Sorry, Tor. That's funny. We got Driftmaster's drivers in the server, guys. And I just took them out, no harm. Gotta show those guys up. Oh, sorry, yeah, how did I get snow on Mihan? Yeah, I think it's just the weather. I've set the weather to cold, and it just automatically, yeah. Or I set, yeah, I set the sky to cold or something like that. So it's just SOL. I use Sol and obviously custom shaders patch with Weather FX, so it does the rest of it itself. I'm almost certain. How is life? Life is good, man. Try to apply the handbrake from Content Manager. Try to apply my handbrake from Content Manager. My setup for every car is changed. Why is FPS bad all of a sudden? Stream's not looking the prettiest right now, is it? This track and my stream just does not go hand in hand at all. Set for every car is changed. I don't understand what you mean with the handbrake thing. Is it just that your handbrake won't show up in Content Manager? It's just a certain dominance. Can't be having that though. Not in the stream. Only on track. Oh, that was weird. Should never pull the handbrake while not clutching at the same time. Oh, crap. Let's get some new tires. Surface seems a bit undrivable with the frames. Yeah, it's most... Do, do, do. Guys, should have recommended. I didn't realize I wasn't followed. Well, thank you for the follow, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. Thank you. SNL, CSL with the CS with the follow. I called you CSL because the exclamation point at the end. Streamlabs things. Thank you guys for the follow. Setup for each car, even tires has changed for no reason. That's very weird overkill. Don't understand why it would do that. Like, if you change your hardware, I don't see why it would affect anything else. It seems like a bizarre one, really. And I can't think of anything off my head that would do that. No, I can't. Right, guys, I want to try some things. Should I up the rebound on the front? Let's see what that does. I don't understand why you would change your setup for all your cars if you just like change your handbrake, you know? Seems a bit odd. Something's a bit broken there for sure. The only thing you could try is turning off Content Manager, like closing it down completely and opening it back up again. But I doubt, honestly, I doubt that would do anything. Who's that passing me out? Oh, it's winter. Haley Summers. Hayden Winter, Haley Summers. Spinning. Spinny boys. Oh, yeah. Typical. Oh, of course I would hit in the door. Oh! Let's go back to the bits. Let's not put on front of someone. So I did pick yourself up a T300. Nice one, Brian. Super different, man. It is so much better. So much better. It's like the best you'll ever need for when it comes to drifting, anyway. Trust me, man. So worth it. Delighted for you. I still have my T500, yes. And I'm with the quick tech support, quick up, turn it off and turn it on again. Dude, I'm a software developer. This is what you learn to do sometimes. Jordan, what's up? Drifting controller is it's like driving an MR2 for the first time. Are you selling my T300? No, I won't be. I'm keeping them as a spare. I have two of them. One of them belongs to ProDrift, which is my main partner when it comes to the drifting stuff. So we're keeping that one for our projects. And my personal one, I'm keeping here as a second steering wheel, as a backup, like a backup, or I don't know, as a spare for if this guy ever goes. Excuse me. Oh my god. And even if... Oh, and also to keep around for when Alana is here, so she can drive as well. When she's here, so that she doesn't have to just watch. She can hop in with the drifting as well. Okay, I cannot read chat and drift at the same time. Sorry, guys. Smoothness is so lovely. Any tips? Yeah, so I think all my steering FFB setup, or my FFB settings, that's pretty much it really. If you're using the stock wheel rim, you might want to turn on damper. I need to update those settings because I think the steering might be too light without the damper. Wait, sorry. No, let me. I can't remember. No, so yeah. You need to turn the damper off, I think, if you have the small wheel on it. So when I had this rim on it, I had the steering damper turned on with the T300 because of the extra weight and its extra size. I suppose just due to its extra size, bigger in size, it made the steering too light. So, and then people were saying to me that they found with the smaller wheel rim, using the damper turned off was better, again, for the small wheel. So if you're running the small wheel, turn the damper off. If you're running the big wheel, turn the damper on. In Content Manager, that is, you just turn it from 100% down to 0. Stock pedals are dreadful. Yeah, I know, some people prefer to use the Logitech ones, and you still have your Logitech ones, so maybe you could use them. Not the greatest of flicks into that corner there, huh? Used to work in tech support for 2 years, and it was like the fix for 80% of the stuff. But isn't it? It's funny, right? Like you go on, like, you get a phone call or you call up some company because it's like, oh, my shit is broken or whatever. And they just tell you, oh yeah, no problem, just restart your phone right now and it'll be fixed. You restart and it is fixed. You're kind of wondering, like, you know, you hear that shit all the time and it's like, what are they actually doing in the background that they now just determine that that is, you know, the correct thing to do or something? I don't know what I was trying to say there. Basically, I don't know. Fuck's sake, Alan. Ordering the adapter tomorrow. I use the DSD wheel, DSD one. Their Experience Designs. It's 3D printed. I wouldn't go aluminium or alloy or anything like that. My reasoning is I'd prefer to break a wheel adapter than a steering wheel. And a wheel adapter, unless it's super light or the same weight as of a 3D printed one, they're generally super heavy and it kind of wears out the wheel, kind of can break them. So yeah, when it comes to adapter, go for a 3D printed one. There's a company online on eBay by the name of DimSim that do fully molded ones, it seems like. I have one there somewhere. And I had two of them. I had one from DimSim and I had one from Their Experience Designs. The Their Experience Designs is a rougher 3D printed one, but I had it for over like nearly 2 years, I suppose. Yeah, nearly 2 years. Not an issue with it, and it actually fitted a lot better than the DimSim one that I had as well. Like when I mean, like, it was way tighter to the I suppose the shaft in the center. It had more material around there as well, so it actually fit better onto the center shaft, which was really nice. What's the difference between the T500 and T300? The T500 has a brushed motor, and the T300 has a brushless. That's the biggest one, really. The T500 is quite a bit bigger, actually, and it's heavier. The T300 is much smaller, much more compact. The T300 is better, for sure, than the T500. The T500 nowadays is a waste of money in my eyes. I've seen someone online posted their T300s for sale, and they actually had, in air quotes, upgraded to a T500, which, if anything, it's actually a downgrade. Like, the T500 is a... Like, how old is the T500 now? It was out since, like, Gran Turismo 5, right? Like, what age is Gran Turismo 5? Like, 2011? No, 2014 or something? The wheel is, like, 6 or 7 years old. The T300 is, like, 3 or 4 years old. And it's everything that the T500 is, just smoother and cheaper. Like, it's a no-brainer to get a T300 over a T500. I went from T500 to T300 and noticed a massive gain. It was so much easier to drive than the T500. And people say, like, oh, isn't the T500 stronger? Like, it's, you know, spins faster. Not really. It doesn't really spin faster. Because of the brushed motor, it has a huge damper on it. So, for example, if I was to tap something, like tap the wall on initiation up here. So if I was to, you know, go down a straight line here, flick in and tap the wall right at this point. With the T500, I wouldn't be able to turn, you know, in to correct the, you know, the opposite angle of the tapping, right? Like, you know, if I'm heading towards the wall, I wouldn't be able to correct it as easily as I would with the T300. And the T300 has, like, because it's brushless, it has less of a damper on it, so it's easier to correct stuff. So, for example, I can, you know, if I make a mistake, for example, like tap the wall, like I mentioned, and the steering, you know, goes the wrong direction, I can use, let's say, my pinky to correct it with a T300 or with this wheel, for example. With a T500, you're stuck. You try to pull it back, but it's like no power steering. It's not very nice at all. Their Experience Designs, DASD. They're from the States, so their adapters are probably on the expensive end, but DimSim are based in Russia, and it takes the same length of time for them to arrive. But a DimSim is about like 20 euros cheaper, 10 or 15 euros cheaper. The only con with the Derek Spears Designs adapter is that it kind of like... So for anyone who has a Thrustmaster, if you are stationary and you have the steering wheel, you can actually rock the steering wheel like left and right from the center points where it's like bolted to. And with the Derek Spears Designs, after you put that adapter on and you put on, let's say, an OEM wheel afterwards, it makes it worse. It's super wobbly in the center. And there's no real explanation as to why. I haven't figured out why that is the case. But I suspect because of the extra material in the Derek Spears Designs adapter, oh my god. And because of the extra material, it maybe wears away of the edges of the middle shaft. That's the only thing I can... no, it creates play in it. But only for non-Derek Spear design adapters. Does that make sense? So if you have a Derek Spear design adapter, it's super tight in the center. Like if you try to rock it like that, it will not really rock at all. But if you take it off and put on your Thrustmaster wheel afterwards, I don't have one handy, they're all in the press, and like your OEM steering wheel is on, you screw it on and stuff, you'll have a bit of a wobble there. Take it off, put the Derek Spears ones back on, and it's mint again. So it's just the adapter kind of wears away of the edges, the DSD one, whereas the DimSim one doesn't. But then it always has a little bit of a wobble there all the time anyway. It's just a Thrustmaster fault, really. Axel, sorry, I missed that comment. If I have a T500, should I upgrade to the T300? If you feel like your T500 is dying, I would do it. Like, I had a T500. Nice one, Reese. I had a T500, and my girlfriend Alana, she purchased a T300 for me as a birthday gift. Which is kind of random. If you have a steering wheel, why do you need another one? But I was like, if you can get me this, at least then I have a spare if my T500 ever dies. And I got it, I plugged it all up, wanted to try it out because I wanted to make sure it was working and stuff, not it wasn't dead on arrival or something. And I was like, actually, this shit is fucking better than my T500. I was like, the steering was so much lighter. I noticed when I made a mistake, which was like within the first couple of laps of using it, it was way easier to correct. And if you watch some videos online, yes, it has stronger force feedback, but like I mentioned, the damper really affects the performance of its rotation. So there's people have posted videos online comparing the two together, and you'll actually see the rotation speed, and it's not much difference. I would say if you have a T500 already, keep it. But if you're like, I really want a cheap replacement to get myself going, a T300 is perfectly fine. Or nowadays, you can actually buy a TSPC servo. You can actually buy, you know, the top-of-the-line Thrustmaster one on its own with no accessories for like, I don't know, 3/4 of the price with the pedals and stuff. So, you know, if you wanted to really upgrade over T300 or TSP or over T500, get a TSPC servo, it's called, I think. And that's pretty good. I think that's on par. That wouldn't be far off with direct drive like this. There's Reese. Say hello to him. I might have to turn off the smoke again, guys, will I? Oh, the smoke just turned off. Wow, that was hilarious. It's not, no, it's when you put it on, it's really snug when you put the DSD adapter on initially. And I think because of how snug it fits, it kind of like, I don't know, it just seems to create more wobble in the wheelbase. Oh, nice one. Brilliant. So it's up to you. If you want to be safe, get the DimSim one. You'll never have this wearing issue that I'm talking about. But if you do mostly drifting, and it's like, well, I want something that is super strong and it's not going to break my steering wheel, then the DSD one is a better designed product for, in terms of snug fitting, if that makes sense. Yo, what's up, Sergio? What do you do with my old T300? So I have two of them. One of them I'm keeping as a backup, or keeping it for my girlfriend Alana when she calls over. so that she has a setup here to use as well when she's at the house. And the other one that I have is actually belongs to Pro Drift Academy, which is my main drifting sponsor / partner. And we have a project that we're creating for that. So yeah, any 3D printed adapter, Brian, will be fine. It's not gonna, like, as long as you don't put like a real life freaking Nardi on it, like a, you know, I mean, like, I would say two things: get a, you know, a 330 or 350 mil, like super cheap wheel off eBay or something, Amazon or whatever. That's super light. Like that weighs like 1 kilogram or something. So like this steering wheel with the wheel adapter weighed 1 kilogram, and the stock T300RS GT wheel with the paddles on it weighs like 1.1 kilograms. So it was actually lighter to go with the steering wheel without buttons. I mean, it's not going to break your steering base, the internals of it anyway. It's just going to wear, if you get the DSD one, it's just going to wear on the shaft a tiny bit, the material on the outside of it, which only does it initially and it doesn't do it again. And when I mean it wears on it, it only wears where it bolts onto the wheel. So it's like where the adapter wears onto the center shaft. It doesn't wear anything internally. The Dimsum one fits better. Wait, let me just get the two adapters. I'm pretty sure I have them on my press behind me there. I'll pull them out and I'll show you. But basically there's like two different designs, and the DSD one, in my opinion, is better if you just solely use that steering wheel only. But if you plan on doing some other things, then maybe going for more like OEM spec design is better, because it won't wear on the steering wheel as much. Dude, we're getting some really good wall runs right now. Dimsim material is A++. Yeah, no, agreed. It's just a pity that it doesn't fit as snugly as a DSD one, because it had a bit too much of a wobble for me left to right, and I think the DSD one caused that one, if I'm honest. Or if you have a friend that's able to do 3D printing stuff, that's probably the best thing to do, really. With like 100% infill or something like that, it'd be pretty mints. And if it breaks, no biggie. I'd prefer to break a printed adapter than to be breaking a freaking steering wheel, that's for sure. I'd rather pay 30 bucks every couple of months than to be spending maybe another 300 or 400 bucks, or maybe having to wait a couple of weeks for my steering wheel to come back because it's been gone off to be repaired. Dude, we're getting some really sick wall runs right now. Oh, and there's one. The one I 3D printed has amazing fitments. Slane Tracks, did you 3D model it yourself, or do you just like use a file from online? Well, the idea I like of 3D printing too is you can print it any color. Maybe if we do the Pro Drift T300 one, maybe we'll try and get it like it printed in green. That'd be pretty cool. 3D printed green adapter. Oh, Thingiverse. Oh, right, okay. Merry Christmas, Connor. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude. Some spectators in the stands too. Yeah, that's Reese. Lace one with the follow. Welcome, Slane Tracks with the follow. Thank you, guys. Oh, there's 3 people in the stands. I'm not doing the cleanest of lead runs right now. I'm just like trying to chill. I'm trying to drive at a level that I can not really concentrate. You get me? Like, I don't even remember what I did the last 10 laps. I don't even know how many laps I've just done on these set of tires. I've just been driving. Even comes with a slot to screw in the connector if you have the buttons. Oh, nice. Oh, we're dead. I knew we were dead. Let me pull out those adapters, the adapter thing I'm on about. 1 second, guys. Is this one? There we go. Alright. I can't see shit. No, that's not the guy I'm looking for. Oh, okay. So, like, so you guys are aware that is the original design, right? You see the way the center inside the knobs, should we call them, is like flat. So like that's the Ferrari wheel, for example. I think this one weighed like 1 kilogram, but I assume that was because of the bottom cut off, the D shape. And then my adapter, which one is this? Oh yeah, so this is the Derek Spears design one. Okay. And if you see in the center, you see the extra ribs it has, like right there. You see them? So like if I put them side by side, look at the OEM one, and then look at this guy. You see that it has like extra ribs on the 4 corners. So like, I think what happens is when this goes on, it fits much better. Because, dude, do I have to get a steering wheel out? Maybe I can get this guy out. Or, which one? Wait, where's the other truss? Oh, there it is. Whoa! Okay, there we go. I found it. So this is the Thrustmaster I got back from. This is my T300 I got back from Thrustmaster because it was broken. We see the way the top, all 4 corners of the 4 bits, there's like a weird curved bit in them. And then, I think the design idea is that this guy slots into it better, so it gives a firmer fit, so it doesn't wobble as much. Whereas this freaking guy doesn't really sit on all of them properly, so you get a bit of wobble left to right like that. Whereas with this guy, you don't. When it's on, it just doesn't really wobble left to right at all. But then the issue then is that because it doesn't wobble left to right, it kind of wears on the edges a tiny bit, I reckon. And then it makes this wobble even more. That's basically what I'm saying. No, this is the American one. That's the American one. So you can see the American one has like Allen bolts, Allen keys, Allen bolts. They're Allens! In the center for assume more strength because it's 3D printed. I'm trying to find my dim sim one. Like I bought all this. I bought like 2 adapters, the DSD one and the dim sim one, with the intention of like doing a review on both, like a video review. And I never did it in the end because when I tried both of them back to back, I was like, oh my god, the DSD one has like kind of broken my wheel. Not in a negative way, but it was like, if I put the dim sim one on, it's not a good review because it's caused by the other adapter that I had. So I was like, ah, whatever. Hindsight. I don't know where the other adapter is gone. I feel like it's like it's there somewhere, but I really can't be asked to pull it out. But if anyone knows, the dim sim one, it's, oh jeez, it's basically that. It's basically that guy. This little guy. It's just basically that same design. It's just the difference is that you can actually bolt the steering wheel to it. That's all. But yeah, that's all the differences. I remember, I reckon if someone wants to hire me to design them a 3D printed wheel adapter for steering wheel, Thrustmaster, hit me up because I have a few design ideas. Not really. So any companies who are looking to do stuff, hit me up, shoot me an idea, or shoot me a message. I'll help you out. Appreciate the effort. No problem, Brian. To be honest, you could have DM'd me or something and I would have, yeah, done the same thing. So I could have done it now, I suppose, but I felt like I kind of confused you when I was talking about it earlier. Because it doesn't affect anything internally, it just only affects externally, if that makes sense. Wait, is this 4 of you up there? Oh my god. Is there good entries around Giro? Reese? Where's the horn? I want to do some Jappish style driving, right? Like, so, very minimalists, like left foot braking and stuff like that. Just doing the bare minimum. Oh, that was lovely. Renjiro, it's you. Is the guy with the S50, green S50? What's up, Guru? How you doing, man? Renjiro, like Reese is not known as Renjiro anymore. He's known as Reese. Okay, not really. Well, I suppose everyone in the esports drifting world, they're not really known as their like IGN or like gamertag anymore. It's not like, you know, CS:GO or something where you're known as Simple or you're known as Shroud or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're all known as real names. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because I feel like you could build some pretty cool brands if you use like gamertag names. But then, yeah, to be fair, using real life names kind of puts legitimateness to it. Because to be honest, considering I do stuff in the real world, I'd probably just use my real name anyway. Because my gamertag name isn't exactly the most professional, should we say. For anyone wondering, I was known as Beans Means. And if any of you know of Beans, you know of Heinz Beans, and that's kind of where I got the idea of Beans Means Heinz. Yeah. You get it, you get it. Oh, super wide. Oh my god, that was very wide. Beans Hind. Legitimacy. I mean, there has to be another word to add to the list of words, because the other one is aesthetic. That was one of the words early on in the streams. I haven't used that one in a while. Aesthetic with spaces between all the letters. XE Renjiro? Yeah, same Renjiro. He's now part of Team Product, Brian. Or PD Irish, should we call you? PD Irish. Legitimaticular. Dude, I'm starting to break out into a sweat. I closed the door at the start of the stream, and this radiator here beside me, which you guys can't see, is turned on. Like, you'd swear it's winter time or something. Yo, what's up, Ender? How you doing, man? Oh, 137 works actually. Oh, sorry. So we've got Alan Hines 37 and 130 and 137 works. Definitely not the same person, but maybe from the same country. Oh. mind. Well, I got the number 37 from my dad, who used to race go-karts in the 90s. And he used the number 37 in those days, because he was just given the number. And I was like, well, you didn't win anything, so I'm going to finish off the legacy for that number. So I decided to carry it on. But he did win stuff. But not with number 37. Definitely not the same talent. The message again in regards to the important track about unhandled exception. Unhandled exception? No, not really. Never heard of that one. Demarov with the follow, thank you. How many laps have we done on these set of tires? What an entry, holy shit, that felt so fucking good. I need to make a skin pack for these cars. Oh! Big crash. Doing it well. Start seeing 137 literally everywhere. This guy going ham in corners and reading chat. I'm doing a very bad job of reading the chat and driving at the same time. I'm terrible at it. It's different when I do the competition stuff. It's much easier because, of course, like I can just, you know, when I do my 20-second lap of the competition layout, you step back to pits and then you can, like, while you're heading back to the start line, you can read chat or interact with you guys, which is fine. But when you're doing like hot laps like what we're doing here, it's much harder. Unreal. Be careful. Oh, I'm not. Oh, see, look, I wasn't reading chat there, and I did a terrible transition. Oh my god. Oh, whoa, hello. Be free with the follow, welcome. Is drifting marking important to try full gas or doesn't matter? That's an interesting question. So it depends on the championship. Certain judges, they prefer to show, you know, bouncing off the rev limiter and stuff like that. But put it this way, and I suppose this will probably, you know, if you think about it, and if your opinion is, you know, to I suppose this is what your opinion is on it, right? So, for example, I'll pitch it to you this way: if you were standing at the side of a circuit and someone flies past you, and all they're doing is just stabbing their throttle like this, right? And then another guy passes you, and he's like on the freaking rev limiter, like, you know, like just what da 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 da. Like, what to you sounds more impressive? Like if you think about it, you're sitting there. What to you sounds more impressive? Is it the guy like on the rev limiter everywhere, like lots of noise, you know, like just lots of noise, showing commitment, or a guy who's just like doing the bare minimum amount of gas to get around the track and just looks like he's taking it easy? Because like in reality, full gas drifting where you're on the rev limiter like you know, like those type of like noises and stuff, right? Because making noises with your mouth is always fun. Kind of portrays commitment, like showing like as if you're on the edge. Whereas someone who, you know, kind of plays with throttle a lot is in air quotes. I say in air quotes because it's not always like this. There's not always a reasoning for this, but it kind of portrays that you're taking it easy. You know, you're not taking the risk. And I know in drifting, the more risk you take, just like in BMX or skateboarding or any of those type of competitions, the more risk you take and you get rewarded for it, right? So that's just how I look at it. Like, you know, if I'm watching a run and some guy passes me while I'm spectating and he's just doing very little gas, I wouldn't be as impressed as someone or wowed as someone who's passed me at the same point on full fucking gas, rev limiter everywhere. You know, that's just kind of how I look at it. Imagine if I tried HyperX. I've played HyperX on the controller. I mean, that game, it's all about putting the thing into 6th gear and just going straight from the start line. In real life, you don't even reach the rev limiter if you want to try, if you want to change your clutch every time. In real life, you don't want to even reach the rev limiter if you don't want to reach. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Depends on who you ask. There's pro drifter who tries realistic tunes of turn handling in their handballs who just, I don't even know. Oh, with HyperX? Yeah, so yeah, I tried to do some realistic stuff on it, but I don't know if it really kind of works out as well, because I think the game physics kind of go with more in line of doing the perceived method of how a pro car should drive like, right? So for example, in real life, we run positive Ackerman, and that is generally better than running zero Ackerman. It's very, very high-tech, like, low-level terms there. If you want to know about them, search up some videos, but it's kind of interesting stuff, really. Like, it's different ways of setting up the geometry of the car to get different effects and stuff. Anyway, HyperX has a thing you can adjust your Ackerman on, and it seems to favor like low, super low Ackerman, which is a personal feeling really, but I prefer to have higher Ackerman. And it's kind of like, you know, it kind of goes with the perceived best way of doing it rather than the actual best way, if that makes sense. Mondello's coming out of HyperX, really? Holy shit, that's kind of cool. We'll have to do a HyperX stream when that comes out. I need to buy the freaking all the DLCs and stuff. Like, I really want my steering wheel stuff to work on it, But maybe I have a desk set up behind me. Actually, my guys might see it in stream. So maybe I might set up the T300 some evening with the freaking with a chair and stuff. How about that? Why don't we do a desk stream someday? How does that sound? We go on HyperX and we just try it. I know most people use the controller on HyperX. I could do that, but I think it might be. Oh, okay. I think we'll just spin out. I'm just starting a DMVC, trying to get my best Valunga. Okay, I think when it comes to the DMVC, do not overthink it. They legit just want to see that you can actually do 2 laps together. Like, they don't want you doing weird wobbly stuff or weird big angle and then low angle. Like smooth is key. Like, if you think about it, they just want to prove that you can be consistent. They don't want drivers showing up and then falling off the track the first lap. So what they want are people that can do 2 laps back to back without interruption, that are consistent, smooth, and have a decent sense of car control, in the sense that they can run outside lines, inside lines, link corners together and know how to do it, the effective amount of handbrake, using left foot brake maybe to help center the car and stuff. Like, you don't need to worry about, you know, what line should I be here? I understand. I've been reading the Discord chat and people are like saying, oh, it needs clipping points and stuff. But like, it doesn't need to be that complicated, because if they go that complicated where they're judging people off clipping points and stuff, and they go off like scoring people, from my perspective, I can see there being a lot of people saying that they did good, but they didn't do something good enough because they were tied on someone else's score, or they missed a clipping point, or barely got a clipping point, and because of that they got knocked out. Whereas if you do 2 laps back to back, and you can do them consistently and smoothly, and not have any issues doing that, well then I think for them it's easier to like pick the people, because if someone has a weird wobble or something like that, you know, they're doing something stupid, then they're not going to be included, kind of a thing. But I think you guys be surprised. I think it's going to be, for if you could do 2 laps back to back with no issue, and you know you have a bit of a competitive scene already, whether it be on a different game already or something, they'll probably give you a license. You know. Fury, what's up? HyperX FP is not terrible. It's not that bad. I drove it from a T300 with these pedals, and it was terrible with these pedals. It wouldn't drive properly at all. You use mouse and keyboard. That's one thing I want to try, is using mouse. I haven't done it before. It comes down to how the rest of the car is set up. I've been seeing people run 100 Ackerman and people with 0 Ackerman. Part is writing setups instead of driving, you get to see. That's why I love it. Yeah, it seems interesting. I find it hard to believe that people are so freaking good at chasing on the controller, but I mean Forza, I keep forgetting of Forza, like when I started off in that game. Character specific to physics, and you can drift there only with gamepad if you want to enjoy. Okay. Hector with the follow, thank you. Yuso with the follow, thank you. Passhawk with the follow, Azam with the follow, thank you guys with the follows, appreciate it guys. 9,000 degrees steering degrees challenge win. Okay, should we turn up the steering degrees, guys? What should we turn it up to? So for anyone wondering, so right now it's set to 900, right? So that's 900 degrees, right? But I could turn this bad boy up to 1600 degrees. Look at that! 1600 degrees. It's like a freaking truck. Now, I've tried driving on 1600 degrees and it is terrible. But I'm going to turn it up to, let's turn it up to 1100, shall we? Which I think is something similar to an S chassis. Let's try that. Oh my god, I've turned my steering wheel so much. And as well as that, I don't think AC is as good when it has higher degrees of rotation. It seems to kind of get a bit funky. We try it. Yeah, at 1100 degrees is actually very doable. And it actually feels fairly realistic in the sense of how much the real car turns. You can customize the car and it doesn't look dissimilar. QC, what do you think about DMVC? It's going to be cool, man. It's an interesting approach to the competition, you know, with the fact that the top 8 drivers from each round, or 4 of their rounds, get to be put into the very final one at the very, very end. So you only have to do like one of the first 4 rounds, and if you get top 8, then you get put straight into the 5th round, which I think is interesting. I don't think it's the best approach. I think it would be better to have a 5-round championship for consistency purposes, to kind of prove that the person who wins this championship is actually consistent and deserving of the prize. But it's just a different approach to it, I suppose. Because it could mean that the guy who wins it at the very end could have just won it on pure luck. You know what I'm saying? Just on the fact that out of the hat that they probably got a better tree, or someone that they were battling had a mistake or something like that. Now, I don't know if I do it, will I be part of the sim drifters or the real drifters? I assume I'll be part of the sim drifters if I do it. I'm not going to be part of the real drivers because I'm not a DME driver. Even though I have competed in the Drift Masters before, I wouldn't be under that type of scrutiny. I'm sure the likes of like Peter, James will be doing that stuff, you know. Oops, sorry, Yuso. Oh, whoops, understeer. Oh, that was weird. Enzi with the gifted sub to Guro. Thank you, Enzi. Merry Christmas, Guro. Guro's gonna be so happy now. What do you think of the G923? Haven't used it. But my good friend Lawrence Dusoswa on YouTube has a video review on it, comparing it to the G920. So you can check that out. I think it's actually better than the G920, surprisingly enough. Not by much. Even though it is technically the same, apparently it's not the same. Oh my god, I can't read chat. I'm reading chat. Trying to read chat again at the same time. Let's read chat for a moment. Have I ever tried drifting a Cero with a controller? No, I have not. There's only 8 DMEC drivers. Yeah, that's right, Alex. I assume the likes of James, Dean will be doing it because he has the same. Peter will probably do it. Maybe 6 other drivers, like the Hutanji brothers might do it as well, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. What's the best wheel for drifting a Cero? Probably Simucube or something. Like the top wheel you could ever buy, like 1,500 euros. But a Thrustmaster T300 is like perfect. If you can buy a Thrustmaster T300, like you are pretty much, you know, that's pretty much all you need for a Cero. NZ Rich, they'll give me a kiss. NZ, you have to give Guto a kiss. Oh yeah, you give him a kiss. Hipki and Hutunji's confirmed. Oh really? I didn't see that. I drifted with Hutunji on it, on the Seto, and yeah, he's quite good. I mean, Hutunji, Tornakavia, Paul Karpolinski, those guys are all from LFS. So they're, you know, they're by no means bad at the sim stuff. They are able to do it. They are all purebred raised LFS guys. There must be more. So Karpolinski, Tornakavia, Hutanji, I think the 200 Hutanji brothers, so Joe and Ellie, are all LFS guys. I think there's someone else as well. Can't think off the top of my head. Maybe Alexander Zaveski will probably do it too. For sure, he used to compete in DCGP years ago. You're from LFS Guro. Respect me. Best one for like $500. T300. You don't need anything more than that. I dare to say it's better than the T500, to be honest. You got a T500 on with the Pro pedals for the same price as T300. Well, the thing is, you could probably buy a TSPC servo base and then get your own custom wheel on it for... what's the server base going for nowadays? Hang on, before we do anything, let me set up the replay camera here. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's sit up here, watch some runs. Well, oh shoot! Rightio. Okay. Look at all the people waiting the pits. Enzy with the resub. Thank you, Enzy. Appreciate it, man. You resubbed like 2 days ago. Wait, did it not take it? Why did it do that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. You resubbed like 2 days ago. It was gone? I don't know. I don't understand why it's doing that, Enzy. That's weird. I mean, I didn't remove it from you. How could I? Scammer. Scammer alert. Should we watch the corner like this? Or is that really trippy? Alan are stealing Enzy. Enzy, Enzy, if you don't gift subs, then you won't be able to keep your own sub. That's how it works around here, right? No, that's not how it works. Let me check the Thrustmaster website. Thrustmaster shop, there we go. Important message, as you know, Brexit. Oh, thank you, Brexit, brilliant. So you can buy the TSXW server base for £369. So you can buy the TSXW or the TSPC, whatever you want to call it. No, the TSXW is the Xbox variant, but it's the same, but different. For £369, which is not that bad, I suppose. Is that it? Dude, we have massive trains here going on at the moment. Oh, the TGT is the top line. Oh, right, okay. Oh, the hat and the glasses. Let's drink some water. Oh! Oh, trains! Trains, look at that! Yeah, I think you might be right in a TGT, but I don't know if it's that much better, really. I don't know if it's that much better, really. Yeah, I'm not really sure if the TGT is that much better than the TSW or something. I don't know if people have had questionable experiences with them either, but I don't really know much about them. And I haven't heard much about them either. I remember when they were releasing the TGT, they were like saying, they were like teasing that it was going to be a direct drive or something, and what the biggest letdown ever. Ready. Would rather a CSW? Oh, I completely agree, Ted. Oh, no worries, Captain. I already did it. Usually I was going to wait till after the stream anyway. But I had read the message and I was like, well, if I don't send it now, I'm going to forget. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my things back. There we go. I still have this thing on freaking 1100 degrees. Let's turn it back down to 900. Or 910 sounds fine for now anyway. I have to remember to change that to properly 900 later. Like, that correction I did with the steering wheel, if you had a T500, you probably would struggle to do the way I did it, with the thumb. With a T300 you can do that, but with a freaking T500 you kind of struggle. Yo, hello. Oh, nice one. Yeah, the TH8A or RS is the one that is what you gotta assume. Great shifter, man. I don't think there's any real need to get anything better. Like, for the cost of it, it's pretty decent. Am I competing in DMVC? Yes, the Garn, that's my plan. I have to still put in an entry though, but I mean, I don't see, like, I don't mean to be cocky or anything, but like, I'd be fairly amazed if I didn't get it. Like, yeah, I'd be fairly annoyed if I didn't get it, so I'm pretty confident that I should have no issue getting one. Like, I'm assuming that I'll get a license, basically. Or that I'm assuming that I'm already doing it. Does that make sense? And I think a lot of the VDC guys should kind of feel that way too. Oh yeah, well that's the con of the Thrustmaster. And like, if you want, you could buy a Fanatec one and simplify that very quickly. But like, I don't know. I don't like the super short throw of the Fanatec one, to be honest. You got the other shifter. What's the other one called? SHH or something? The 3D printed one? I don't know why that guy's parked in the middle of the track. Oh, Jesus. Oh, freaking. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh my god, who's chasing me? Oh. I keep forgetting that this is like not really a pro car, so you can't really like left foot brake through transitions and stuff. Doesn't really work that way. Sorry chat, I'm concentrating too much. I go from not really concentrating at all and being able to talk and like not really driving that great, and then I try to improve my driving and I just literally cannot talk at all. I don't know why. I would not be a very good car presenter, would I? Or like a TV show host of driving cars. Because like I try to drive a car fast, like, oh wow, that was like that's really nice or something like that, and I just get distracted like as if a freaking squirrel ran across the road. Squirrel! My steering wheel adapter for when you had your T300, it was like $50. 50 US dollars. I'm missing half the chat because everything freaking blocking it. How does the wheel feel? Is it worth the money? Well, I didn't pay for it. I won it. So, in that sense, it didn't hurt my pocket. So, like, it's better than a T300 for sure. I kind of wish I could try like a SimiCube or something that's set up correctly. I think, for example, if you were deciding to buy a DD1, maybe, or maybe if you're doing a CSW 2.5, this might be the way to go. Like if you let's say you're a situation and you were like, okay, I want to spend, you know, $800 on a steering wheel setup. This is probably the cheaper option than a Fanatec, especially if you're not in a Fanatec already. Like if you have a CSL or if you have some, you know, if you already got some Fanatec gear, maybe buying a CSW or DD1 or DD2 might be better off because you're already in the ecosystem. Excuse me. But if you have like a GT29 and you're like, okay, I want to get something pretty good. Yeah, you could go with something like this and it'd probably be for a better bang for buck upgrade over another Fanatec, if that makes sense. Oh, we're dead. Rip. When it comes to seating or cockpits, I haven't looked into anything. I don't know anything about cockpits. I would assume that's because that I've had this one for so many years, the one I'm in right now, and it's done me fine. I haven't really looked into them. LLR Moto with the follow. Thank you. DD1 was worth every penny, but I was already invested in Fanatec. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, like if you have the steering wheels, especially the steering wheel or the Xbox hub and stuff already, it just might be worth staying with the Fanatec ecosystem and just buying into the gear that they have. Yeah, if you weren't Fanatec already, yeah. No, I could understand that. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's the thing. If it was my personal and my own money, like, of course, you know, if that was the case, I think my main goal would be like a Simicube. But this guy, this little thing that I have here, this Simagic is pretty up there, really. I can't see how much better it can get. Maybe for racing, there might be a bit of a difference between this guy and, you know, the Simicube, for example. But for drifting purposes, I think this is about as much as you really need. Like a T300. Like, I mean, if you guys have been watching VDC or any of the comp stuff recently, like, I haven't suddenly started winning more with this thing. Like, it doesn't guarantee you wins or anything. It's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit more, you can be a little bit more consistent with it. And it's a little bit more predictable. Because with the Thrustmaster stuff, because they are a little bit underpowered, there is times where you need the power or the speed to work and they just doesn't do anything. And it's not really a fault of Thrustmaster, it's just, you know, it's a product that's cost like $400 and there's products at $700 or $800 that do it just good enough, you know. What is this guy doing? Oh. Oh, whoa. What happened there? Did I get tapped? I must have. Oh yeah, if you drive tandem buddies, yeah, G27 or something is fine then. Like, I haven't tried a steering wheel I haven't tried this direct drive with a tandem buddies or any of those type mods. But I would assume it wouldn't feel amazing. Or, not that it wouldn't feel amazing, but I don't think you'd really see the benefits of this type of steering wheel over something like that, you know? Like, I could do some pretty stupid stuff that you wouldn't be able to do in the Thrustmaster, that's a fact. Wanna become famous? Dude, I wish I had Twitch open right now because I just removed that comment. Can I do it? Oh wait, I can do it from here, can't I? Oh yeah, I can do it now. There we go. All that talk and you crash and spin, bro. Why you on about, bro? Why you talking about, bro? I'll end you, mate, innit? I'll end you, fam. Ninja. I hate that's when... I mean, okay, let's put it this way. Like, there is a bit of realism in Tendo. Because it uses the Assetto Corsa physics engine, like the Kunos AC engine that they have. So like Tendo Body, like I understand where those guys are coming from. It's got like 80% realism. That's kind of how I kind of figured it out. Like it's got the steering rotation like you see right here. It's got, you know, all the, you can apply every single technique and it would works the same. And I think that's where those real life drivers are looking at it from. They're looking at it from the point of view, what techniques can apply and how realistic are those techniques when applied. And they're all pretty good. Oh, nice. So I think that's what they're talking about. But when you look at the individual characteristics of each car, it's like that. It's all the same. Like if you drive a Tendo Buddy's RX-7, it doesn't freaking drive like an RX-7. Or I kind of look. I'm kind of picking on Tendo Buddies, but I kind of mean all those mods, like EDC, DCGP, Tendo Buddies, Clutch Gang, whatever mods there are out there that kind of use that generic, you know, inertia value that is different, and then use the same geometry in all the cars. Like an RX-7 should try to kill you every 2 seconds if you try to drift one. They're not an easy car to drift. So why make it drift like an E46 and then say that it's realistic? Well, I don't know. But basically what I'm saying is, if I drive an E46, it should handle differently to an S14 or an S15 or something like that. And there is certain values, or like there's certain characteristics of those cars. Like so, for example, an S chassis has pretty decent grip all around, whereas an E46 has more like forward grunt and stuff, and probably a little bit more understeering and blah blah blah, whatever. But you don't see those characteristics when you drive those cars. And you can't make the setup changes, you know, to remove that. Like, I don't know, it's like, I get it, they're 80% realistic, but if you're looking for pure, authentic, aesthetic cars that, like, you know, you could try different things and do random stuff in, you won't get that. So I'd say to any person starting off, especially if they're a real life driver, start off on Tendo Buddies, and I'll guarantee you, once they have a hold of the game, understand how the game drives, how to make the cars work and stuff, once they hop into like a VDC car, especially new ones with the new tires and stuff, or WDT, and they try hopping into every different car, they'll start to appreciate those cars a lot more, and they'll start using those cars a lot more. Like, I seen it firsthand. I remember at the very, very start, there was a few of my buddies from the Middle East. My man, Danny Neville, start off with Tendo Buddies, like DTP, all that stuff. And I suppose maybe after a couple of months of like driving, during the lockdown especially, ended up with like VDC style cars, and preferred driving them. Simply because he kind of realized that, like, hang on, this actually kind of drives like my real car. You know, like, as it kind of drives similar, it transitions similar, it does things similar, like, yeah. Now, I would say too that you can kind of probably make those Tendo Buddies cars better by putting nice tires on them, but I don't know. The inertia thing will always be wrong on them, and that doesn't help. I don't want my S13 to transition like a bus. Personally, I'd rather transition a bit snappier than that. My opinion, though. The grip feels off the front. That's because of the inertia, though. So, like, instead of setting up the car's physics to be the length of its actual chassis, they set it up to be longer than that. So essentially, they'll probably set up like an S14 to be the same length as a limousine, for example. And like if you try to transition a limousine, it's super slow, but super predictable because it's got the stability. Oh, brilliant. Great driving. High five, Alan. Well done. Nice driving. And like there's nothing wrong with that. There's people that enjoy those cars, and they are very like, should we say, they are very like console-like. So for anyone changing game, they're ideal because they are super easy to drive, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they still give you majority of the real-life feeling that you're supposed to feel, such as the steering rotation, the steering feel, the force feedback, all of the details that you would expect to be in a sim game and what you would expect to be in a real car. But they just don't act like the real car. Does that make sense? They don't act like the actual car that they're trying to drive. It's essentially Tandem Buddies is essentially an RC car with just different bodies on the top. Oh shoot. Now I know DCGP carries a similar mentality with the RC cars, the same underneath, but just different bodies on the top, right? But they have way better tires for this coming up season. And I don't know, have they changed their inertia values? I don't know if they've done that, or I don't know if they're still using the same inertia value, just different, just improved geometry, which they could be doing. Like the only competitions that I do that use like actually replicated cars to the T are WDT and VDC. Like EDC, DCGP, they all use, I suppose, adjusted non-real life physics, I suppose, or not real life. How do I explain it? It's kind of hard to explain with the inertia thing, but essentially they have that extendedness, weird inertia thing going on. But and that's fine. I have no problem driving them or competing with them. But they're not my go-to cars. Like if I have my choice, I'll drive something World Drift Tour or VDC or DWG or whatever mod that I know is quite renowned to be quite realistic, like DWG guys or something like that, before I drive Tandem Buddies or Clutch Gang or any of that type of stuff. It's just my opinion. I have nothing against them. It's just they're not for me really. I know we're still on a topic, but I just want to say one last thing. Like if someone was coming new to the game from the real world, or just new to it in general, like 100% I'd put them into Slide Boys or Tandem Buddies or whatever. Or DCGP or EDC or whatever, because they are super easy to drive. Very pick up and play, should we call it. Whereas VDC, if someone started off in the game trying to drift VDC, I tell them, man, it's too hard at the beginning. You need to kind of, walk before you run, kind of a thing, And I think that's the way to approach it. The walking mods are the freaking Tandem Buddies and Slide Boys, and the running mods are the VDC and the WDT. Oh, tap. You stick your buddies in WDTS with your dick. You're not a dick, Ted. Obviously, like, yeah, of course, if you hop them into a hard mod from the beginning, they'll become better drivers quicker. Maybe. Is that the right logic? Would that be correct? Or maybe they become better drivers in the long run. Should we put it that way? But short term, they would struggle a lot more and probably lose interest if they are completely new. But if they're coming from Forza or Gran Turismo or I don't know, some other games that have pretty decent drifting physics, or racing physics that have pretty realistic, characteristics when you drift a car. Something like Tandem Buddies would be ideal for them because they can literally pick it up and probably within a day have it, doing the same shit that they were doing on the console or any other game. But if they're chasing for pure realism, then I think yeah, something a bit better than that, it would be nicer. Off the track. I need water, man. I'm thirsty, and I just drank my water. Brilliant. Let's read some comments. Stigarn. I kind of like the thought of every car with a different shell for competition set. There would be more variation of cars. Yes, I would agree. And I think that's probably why you used Scirocco, right? Because you just want to be in something completely different for VDC. And I completely agree. Like, I think that's the mindset of DCGP initially when they first started it off. It was like, it didn't matter what car you drove, you still had the same opportunity. However, in AC, it's kind of a bit flawed because to be able to use that model correctly, you have to set the correct wheelbase in the physics. So it essentially means that there's certain cars that are still better. So like certain geometries would suit certain wheelbases better, if that makes sense. And then you have this situation where cars that are very long wheelbase, so we'll just say a BMW E92 or BMW M4 are useless, and cars that are like a GT86 or a Supra, new Supra, are too hard because they transition too quickly, and the cars that are E92s transition too slowly, so the S chassis is still used anyway. That's the problem with the whole same inertia and same geometry stuff, is that there is still differences between the cars. They have different wheelbases, so they actually have different characteristics between each chassis. It just pronounces one to be better than the other because the wheelbase design is more suited to a certain geometry, and it can be easily found that way. It does mean though you can copy and paste setups from different cars easily, and if you have a shitty steering wheel, or not shitty, I should take that back, but if you have like something like a Logitech that's not very quick at transitioning, you can use like an M4 or E92 that is super long and still be able to drift quite well because the steering will be able to keep up with the car. Whereas to drift, let's say, the Mark V Supra or the GTA 6, you might need something really, really quick steering-wise, like a T300 or Direct Drive or a Fanatec or something, to be able to keep up with those really short wheelbase cars. But yeah, I do like the thought of like different shells on the same chassis. It sounds cool. Now what Tana do is they take 7 kilos, whatever the car weighs, stretches it on a 9-meter long box. Instead of a realistic value, that would be like 4.5 meters for an S14. What do you think of DCGP 2021? It's pretty good, definitely better than last season. To me, it seems like the shorter cars, like the RX-7, the Supra, the GTA 6 seem a bit better than what they were before. Maybe better than this S15 and BMWs. I watched with slowly focus on weight management. From my experience, learned to feel the G's through the wheel. Great runs, Alan. Thank you, Wrench. 9070 Charger VDC spec would be great for Logitech. It would be, Sprocket. Actually, a bus would be even better again. Yep. That's kind of my logic on it. Obviously, that could be determined to be changed. Like if someone comes to me and is like, actually, Alan, you know, this particular wheelbase or these particular physics or what you're saying is actually incorrect, then I'll be happy to listen to that and change my mind on it. But from my personal experience, it seems to be that to be honest, it's just knowledge anyway, that like longer the wheelbase, so the further distance the front wheels from the back wheels are, generally the slower it is at transitioning. And so if you have the same like geometry, so the same suspension layout underneath that car, it may be at a big disadvantage versus a car that has a shorter wheelbase with exactly the same geometry, is basically what I'm saying. But that might be a benefit to certain people, because if they have a low-end wheel like a Logitech that is slow at transitioning or slow at direction change, using a car that's slow at direction change would make it easier for them. But if they were to hop into a car like a VDC car or a car that has a shorter wheelbase where the wheels are closer, the front and rear wheels are closer to each other, then they would struggle with transitioning because the car would try to transition quicker than their steering wheel will allow them to, and they'll end up spinning. So, in that sense, it's probably not a bad thing that they have the different lengths of cars, even though it's probably accidental and not really intended. What's up, Nirvana? How are you, man? You definitely know how much it is to drift a Soarer and a C33 because of long wheelbase and WDTS. Yes, exactly. Yes, completely agree. Even the C33 is basically an S13. So like, if I have to double check actually WDTS if that is the case, because that might be the exception. But a C33 Laurel is basically an S chassis. So if you think about it, the S13 and the C33 Laurel is essentially the same car, just different wheelbase. They're just the wheels are further apart. And so like, if you drive them back to back, I guarantee you could probably copy and paste exactly the same car setup, within reason, of course, but wouldn't be able to transition as quick as the S13 because the wheelbase difference would make a massive change there, and inertia too. The fact that the car is just longer, yeah. Watch the carnage with a VDC Mini. Well, it's not even VDC. I use VDC as a reference because I know that shit is almost one-to-one realistic. Within the limits of AC, of course. Some people actually disagree with the way VDC do things with the inertia values, like what we're talking about there. They're saying that they're not doing it correctly, that there's more maths involved, but I suppose it's just a difference of opinions, and it's never really been confirmed what is the correct way to do it. So even VDC get a bit of slack from people for not doing it correctly, so they're just not as they don't voice their opinions as much as people against tandem buddies, I suppose, or other stuff. Did they try the check drift series? No, I didn't. Oh man, reading chat again. Sorry guys. Who's that beside me? Yo, what's up, Mr. Fight? How you doing, man? Good night, Camzo. Thank you for joining, dude. Hope you enjoyed the session, man. Oh, my tires are dead. Should we try a few runs for the copy view, guys? We did that in the last stream when we were on this snow, didn't we? That was kind of fun. Oh. What happened a bit mystified? Nice one, man. I won't be on for much longer, dude, so it's up to you. Oh. Oh. Is this a good idea to be driving and adjusting your cockpit camera at the same time? I think we're sitting too far forward, aren't we? What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the roof cam? Or do you prefer the seat cam? Or the cockpit cam? This is not... I'm not doing a very good job here, guys, am I? Okay, this is a bit better. Oh! Okay, that was a bit rough. Cockpit for you. Seat cam for sure. Yeah, I'll have to do... I have to start doing it more often. I'm just not very good, really. Oh my god, the steering is not the greatest right now. Yeah, you see, can't really, on my mind, I have to just practice a lot more with the judgment of transition. I could use that virtual, you know, the GPS indicator thing. I just tapped them there on the flick. You tried third person in VR? I know people that do that. Yeah, WDTS. Oh, brilliant. Thank you to Zolz, man. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, like, I don't know, if people are interested in that stuff. Like, I've done stream highlights before, but maybe I should probably chop it on the smaller, like, longer pieces of unedited footage rather than actually just doing a full highlight of the whole video. Certainly it'd be way freaking easier to edit. There's nothing worse than having to go through, like, you know, 2 hours of footage and just taking out the best bits. It's like a night's work, a bit of work at night. Fuck, how do I English? Like a bit of work at night, you know, like a night's work. That's it. No, I still don't feel like I phrased that correctly. I need to get this onboard guy off. Hang on, let's get rid of that guy. There we go. And for the full... Okay, okay, 1 second. Let's go back to the pits. And for the utmost immersion, let's turn off all the assist guys, right? The guy's neck is pretty annoying. The fact he's in our neck, or the fact they're in his head. How do I English? Literally in, though. Cockpit without arms. WDTS is quite solid. Yeah, man, they're fairly good. I quite enjoy it. Oh, I can't see shit now. Hang on, let me see if I can... There we go. Oh, this is like Cyberpunk, you know, they're zooming in with your eyes, zooming out. That's quite Cyberpunk-esque. Look at these two. Hello, guys. Literally seeing the neck. I know. It's the high field of view. I would love to get a triple screen set up, but I'm gonna wait till I have a new rig and computer and stuff. Because I feel like it's such a waste of money having 3 screens with a shitty ass computer. Well, okay, I should really phrase that correctly, because it's not shitty ass computer, because it's able to run AC pretty well, but it's like, I don't know, it just would be nicer to have something higher spec. But I'm like looking at spending like nearly, I'd say, €2,500 on a freaking computer to be able to do it correctly. And then you're looking at spending, what, another €1,000 or so on monitors, and then another €400 or €500 on a rig that you can have, you know, quite sturdy rig. Seems crazy money, right? At least I have the steering wheel now, so it's not as expensive, I suppose. Oh, sorry, Tristan. Oh, sorry again. That was even worse of a hit. I do feel like I am getting better at tandeming with the cockpit cam. I do think I am getting better at judgment. And I do think the higher field of view I have set is making it easier for me. It's still oh my god, okay. I can't do two things at once. Hang on, let's just drive behind him for a second here. Let's figure this what I'm trying to do. Oh, it's been set to 56 again. Oh, it's set to 56. Let's increase it back up to the 70. Actually, maybe the 56 was nicer for the cockpit camera. Oh no, I don't like this. Oh, how do you guys think? Oh, I don't know if I like this. I think 70 field of view in cockpit camera is not as nice as the roof cam setting. No, I don't know if I like this. And I think as well I need different real head motion, or sorry, neck effect settings for when I'm in the cockpit. Yeah, I think I need to get different neck settings for when I'm in the cockpit cam, so maybe I'll mess with that some evening. And maybe in the future we'll just have streams from the cockpit camera and we'll have streams from the roof camera when I'm doing competition stuff. That seems like a good compromise. Whoa! I thought I was going to punt him. Yeah, let's move the field of view back forward again. Because I felt like I was actually doing pretty well with the lower... Oh my god, stop Alan. What are you doing, bud? Alright, let's move this back down. We'll go... I think we'll go to 60. Yeah, that's a bit nicer. I don't think people really realise how bad my driving is right now because I'm in the cockpit camera. I think when you're on the roof camera, you actually notice your mistakes a lot more. That's something I didn't really take in consideration before. Like, on the roof camera, you can be so much... You can judge things so much easier. You can also notice when you're doing shit wrong. For example, if you're taking the wrong line or initiating at the wrong point. I tapped him on the flick. You don't really notice that when you're in the cockpit camera because your vision is blocked. I've noticed that with people too with triple screen setups. That like, you watch them drive and you know, like real life drivers, right, who have triple screen setups in AC, for example, that don't have much experience. And you know in real life that they are badass drivers, they drive with mad angle. And then you put them into AC with the triple screen setup in cockpit cam. And dude, they fucking drive everywhere, no angle, because they think they're on massive angle, but they're really not. I'm probably like punting Tristan a lot more as well since I have changed this camera. But I'm pretty happy with my driving right now. Actually, it's pretty decent considering. I try not to do cockpit camera because I know that it is way harder and it makes me look worse. Oh, nice wall tap. Ah! Rip. Read some comments. Sorry guys, been missing on chat. What's up, Austin? How are you doing? DJ with the follow, Samson with the follow. Thank you guys. Building prototype handbrake with real hydraulics. Maybe on handbrake itself, which I'm going to sell for real cars. Yo, Tuzzle, shoot me a DM, man. We could discuss about it. I'm up for anything. Let me know. That sounds awesome, man. That's a really cool project. Seat post forward and then move the back the field of view. Even more, you think? I have it set to 60 right now. You think 60 is enough with the seat position, or do you think I should move the field of view more and then move the seat forward more? I don't know, I quite like the 60 right now with the seating position, which I just fucking moved like an idiot. Sorry, just read comments. Yo, what city you from? I'm from Cork, which is down south of Ireland. I'm from Ireland, man. Cringe confirmation 008, I think. My American accent. When I first started RHM, used an app called Driftbox to show my angle. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've heard of that one. That was like one of the first apps on AC, I'm pretty sure, right? Hit you up when you're ready for market. Nice one, Tuzzles. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. What do you prefer, IRL? Cockpit or roof? What do I prefer, IRL? So that was like a joke. Myself and ProDrift, like the guys at ProDrift, they were like, Alan, we want to put you on the roof of a car sometime. So, I don't know, we might do that in the future. That'd be a fun project. Oh, the seat position forward to remove the neck. I mean, you can't really see. Look at this guy. Wait, actually, I know how to fix this. Wait, maybe I won't be able to do this on the fly, maybe. Down. No, there is something I'm trying to do, and I know you can do it. You can turn the driver model off in AC in Content Manager, right? Or in custom shaders. I've seen people have done it before, but I don't know if it's only for screenshots. I think I know. No, there is a way of doing it, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Put your face cam on the neck. Okay, that took me like 5 minutes to register what you were saying. It was like a proper fucking idiot moment, you know? Like, you know, the dial-up sound, like, I don't know. Oh man, that's funny. That's a good one. Graphic adjustments. Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure you could turn off your freaking driver model, no? Am I wrong? And then the next time I take a photo, I'll forget to turn them back on again. Oh, it has to be general patch settings. Track, loud camera. From normal AC settings. Oh, okay. I was trying to think. I thought you could do it in. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So that would be under view. Rudeness. See, I probably won't be able to do that on the fly. Yeah, but see, he's not gonna hide the driver right now. I'd have to reload, wouldn't I? Let's do it. Let's just exit and rejoin again. I'll have to remember to turn on that model again when I'm taking photos and stuff. Oh, what a great photo. That's an amazing shot, guys. Any photographers in chat? What do you think of my blurriness of a photo of an S13, 180SX, whatever, doing big entries? Do you have a debug app? Probably. I don't know what you mean by debug. Do you mean, do I have it enabled? Oh, we're back to the roof again, guys. Brilliant. High five. So that's the really low field of view. It's just annoying that that mirror is there. Wait, can you remove stuff? Oh no, you can't. At least I wonder, could you remove that from the exterior config, the mirror? You know, if you were to do it properly. I don't know if the mirror is a separate object in this car or not, or whether if it's part of the interior model. Oh yes, I get what you're saying. So like I can go. Where is the developer apps? Is it here in the CSB? Oh, that's not what I'm looking for, is it? What am I looking for? Hang on a second. Sorry, me being dummy. Objects Inspector, right? Hold Alt on the object you want to select. Can I do Alt H then? Does that work? No? Control D. Yeah. No? Does not want to remove it? Control D. Nope. No, doesn't seem to. Yeah, I should be able to remove the mirror, but okay, I understand what you mean by the driver arms now, Pontus. That makes sense. You have 1,000 hours on a setup, probably 700 of them and 10 buddies, but you tried the pro cars with T300, just couldn't handle the transitions, are crazy. Yeah, you kind of have to be on top of the transitions a lot more. And I think that's kind of what I was kind of referencing earlier. It is quite a bit harder, for sure. This is like fucking Cyberpunk. Look, I'm zooming in. Oh, we got Lazam. Hey, is it Lazam? Oscar, Tiago. Zimber. Alrighty, let's do a few more laps. Go away, side panel. I also need to turn off the yellow flag shit. That's kind of annoying too. Tried slide boys with a difference. I could actually drive Pickernicky. Now I got the hang of them. Like 5 hours. The VDC cars. Yeah, the VDC cars are going to be tricky. I probably would recommend going like WDTS Street, like the cars we're driving right now, and getting used to them. Because these kind of are a good middle ground between VDC and Slybys / Tandem Buddies. Or even DCGP was probably another little step. Like the stepping stones are Tandem Buddies or Slybys, DCGP, WDTS, and maybe even WDT800 as well. And then VDC. VDC will probably be the last one in your little, I suppose, ground of, yeah. I'm on 1.68, yes, NZ. The transitions are crazy if you try to take it slowly. Yeah, I'd say try WDTS. WDTS, the mods that we're driving right now, would be pretty decent middle ground. How can I do manage transition? Because I don't find it. It's in under settings. You should be able to find it easily enough. You have to map it to your H pattern. Oh, oh. Oh, you got a clip of the big ass train that crashed in the grid. Kevin FZ with the follow, welcome. Right, okay, couple of more laps, guys. What time are we at? What time is it? 1:15. We've got work in the morning. Under controls. It's under controls, man. I wouldn't know. It depends if you're using Content Manager or not, but it's probably an answer better for Google, to be honest. If you end up in the finals, let me see. Well, I wouldn't let him win, but I just give him the experience. Like you said, I don't really need it. I wouldn't need to do a drift battle versus Peter Vensek, but I would still win the event and then just give it to someone else, literally. I'd probably like, and maybe not even the guy who finished second, but maybe someone. I don't know. I'd probably talk to Drift Masters about it and figure out what the best thing to do. But yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't let someone win. Fuck that. I'll win it, but give the prize. Or let the prize to someone else. Yeah. You have to remember, I have an ego. I've got an ego to withstand. I'm not letting any motherfucker beat me. But I'll let them have the prize if they want. For me, it's the clout that I do it for. I don't do it for the money or the prizes. It's just the clout. Oh, whoops, okay. Right, actually I'm gonna leave it there, I think. Bring my car and battle Peter. They're paying for it. I'll purposely go there and break it and say, oh guys, I can't do the video now. Can you give me a new gearbox or something like that? No, that would be so mean. Or maybe just give me your car now. Or let me just keep it. I'll just tell them, yeah, I'll take the prize if you let me keep the car afterwards. That's how it works. Oh, fuck it. Imagine if Son Guto would win. How's that even gonna work? They'll probably pay for his flights and stuff, Enzi. It'd be cheaper for them to bring over someone from Europe. But like, but that's the thing. That's the thing. The event idea, like to give a sim drifter and a potential experience, the way they're doing it is perfect. It's probably not going to be given to the most deserved sim drifter. Like, I think we can all agree that the guys deserving right now to potentially get a potential seat are like the top 10 guys in the whole freaking game of competition anyway. So like, would it be Element or Tcon or NZ or someone like that? People that are actually, deserving. Um, and while it'd be awesome to give like a kid the opportunity who managed to come through the ranks randomly to get it, I think that you can always agree that there's always someone more deserving of it, of the prize. So that's why if I was to receive it, or if I was to win the event, I wouldn't actually keep the prize. I'd give it to someone else, or let Driftmasters decide who to give it to. Guys with 720 degrees, imagine if they win. Ah, yeah, but they'd have no problem picking up 900. I think, who was it? Victor Alves. He won a Brazilian competition with João Barrion, if you guys know João Barrion. And, yeah, he did some drifting in the 350Z. And he went from, like, was it 720 degrees, and had no problem adapting to, like, 1200 degrees. Like, he was messaging me too. He was like, oh, how hard is it? I was like, dude, if you can drift in the freaking video game, I guarantee you'll have the real life stuff picked up in like 5 laps. Like, I don't think people understand how much easier it is in the real world. In the real world, it is so much easier to drift a car. Like, it is, like, I'd nearly say that it's piss easy compared to AC. AC, like it's so much harder. And like, to have so many guys at the freaking top level of VDC, and even for me personally to be competing at the top level of AC esports and doing pretty good at it, versus like essentially the world, right? Because like VDC, DCGP, all those competitions, they're essentially world championships. And to do kind of pretty decent in all those competitions, maybe not winning all the time, because that's not going to happen. Like, if you're up against the very best in the world, you're not going to win all the time. Like, the fact you can even potentially win a championship is even, kind of awesome or amazing in the first place. But to be up at that level and do good, like, dude, you could fucking do some proper shit in the real world. Like, I can imagine if you put, like, Tcon or Element or fucking Victor and gave them, maybe a good few days behind the seat of a decent car. Holy shit, man. Like, they would do unbelievable. They would do amazing. And it's the same for all of you guys who drift on the sim as well. And you guys that are able to adapt to different cars quickly and understand what's going on. You guys will be able to pick up a real life car, no joke, in 15-20 minutes. It's not that hard, trust me. My good buddy, some of you might have seen him in the chat at the start of the stream, Brian, he was commenting in the chat. Actually, that reminds me, I don't have chat for... One second, let me bring up chat on... can I copy? Yeah, you see Brian, his comments just popped up on the screen there. So Brian, he actually came to the Project Academy a couple of years ago. And I taught him. And I think within like 3 laps of the track that we'd set up, he was drifting. And he came from Forza. Yeah, he came from Forza. So we had him drifting in 3 laps. And all I had to tell him was like, dude, this thing is stock. This is not a Soda Corsa. It doesn't have 70 degrees of angle. You have to take it a bit easier. And like, once you realize, oh yeah, I have to realize this thing doesn't have a lot of steering angle, and reduce these aggressive steering inputs. Like, he picked it up in 2 seconds. He was doing stuff that it takes people freaking days to pick up because they have 0 experience. But some random 11-year-old guy from Finland won't magically show up and whoop all your... Oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying, NZ. No, I do agree. If someone wins the whole thing, they do deserve it. There's no doubt about that. But with drifting, like, the guy who deserves the championship most is the guy who's the most consistent, right? So, for example, if the way they're doing it right now, and like, this is what I'm saying, like, they're just trying to give someone an opportunity to drift a real life car. They're not, and to battle Peter. They're not on about giving the best guy. They're on about giving a guy the opportunity. So like, yeah, I think it's pretty decent, you know, kind of the way they're doing it. Just all you have to do is just finish the top 8 in one of the first 4 events, and then you get a shot. You can win an event based purely on luck. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm kind of coming at, Alex. It is possible that someone else's luck could be your lucky day. And I suppose, look, at the end of the day, that's kind of sports, right? I'm pretty sure there's champions that have been decided based off purely luck, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's part of the sport. So I suppose at the end of the day, I think if someone wins it, they deserve it. There's no doubt about that. But I think if it was a consistency game, I think it would be fairer. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Davis5 with the follow, welcome. Andres followed on Facebook. Alexander Kent with the Facebook with the Twitch follow. Welcome, guys. Would you recommend VR or 3 screens? Akasa, good question. I think it's personal preference, really. If you're coming from the real world, I reckon VR is the way to go, really. But I suppose it really depends on your experience and what you want to do. Personally, I would go with 3 screens, but I'd also have VR too, because I'd like technology, and I'd probably have both. At the end of the day, your computer, you need a decent computer. So I think just do whatever suits you. I suppose the cons of a VR setup is that it's a pain in the ass to have to set up every single time, right? To put the headset on. And if you want to change something, you have to take the headset off, or if you want to chat to someone, or if you're streaming like me, to have a chat with the chat, or to talk to chat, it's quite difficult. So that's a huge con of the VR headset. But if you triple screens is much easier, but the problem with triple screens, it takes up a lot more room. Where VR, you could just literally push yourself into a corner. You don't even need a screen, just like a laptop screen or a tiny screen, and that's it. So, you know, they both kind of achieve the same thing. There's more setup in triple screens, to be fair, to get it set up correctly, to get similar field of view and depth as a VR headset. So it really is up to you at the end of the day. Personally, I go with triple screen because I think that's what I prefer. But I'd also like to try a VR headset too to see how I would like that. Henry with the follow, thank you. The officials in our country made the virtual drift on different official discipline. So you can be an actual national champion. It will be under FIA in future too. Oh really? That's pretty fucking cool. In the Czech Republic? That's pretty cool. That's very cool. That is very, very cool. I wish whoever wins that, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Discard? Well, if they do that, everyone from Europe, yeah, dude, if that ends up being a thing, if I could be an FIA champion in AC, I might do it just to be the FIA champion. I could do with an FIA license. Look at that. I would show it on Stream Inti, but I think one of those clips you use is copyright, so I'd probably get fucking copyright struck. Well, fuck it, I'll show it anyway. What difference does it make? Wait, how do I show this properly? Can you guys see this? Just chilling? There we go. I don't think you can hear the volume on this. Oh wait. What's that guy's name? He was known as the crybaby or something like that. Oh, someone had a massive crash there. Who was that? Oh my god. Camzo goes into the wall. Oh, Camzo's back in the wall again. Wait, is that the video of the S13 going on the Koguchi? Oh, the overtake. Oh, for fuck's sake. What is that? What's going on there? Oliver with a 360. Ten video. Oh, what time are we at? We're 2 hours 50 minutes. Oh, well, I'm finished driving for the night anyway, guys. I'll keep the server up if anyone wants to join it. I think the server is dead already, is it? Oh no, there's still people in it. That's mad. Or is it? Let's go back to my face. That's what you get now, guys. It took you way too long. Isn't it nuts, like, videos like that? Yeah. Spend crazy amount of time on them. Small videos like that take way too long to make. Trust me. Yeah, I know how you feel. Merry Christmas, you too, Dylan. Yeah, sorry. Oh, Elo with the Elo Junior. Sorry, man. VR's alright until you have to wear a headset with the VR and deal with the headaches after a few hours of having it on. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, trust me, I would love to have a VR headset. I probably wouldn't buy like €1,000 one. I'd probably just buy like a cheap base model, something I can just put on once in a while and do maybe a stream with, or a video with. But I think there is a fault with the VR headset, and is that you can't use your eyes as such. There's a really good video by the guy of Boosted Media who used 65-inch triple screen monitors, or like that's what he used. And like he said, and you should check out the video. It's Boosted Media is his name on YouTube, and he set up a triple screen setup with 65-inch 4K monitors, and dude, it looks super immersive. It looks super immersive, more so than in VR, I would say, because one of the things, and it's something like with VR headsets. Yes, you can look around and it's right there. It's like as if you're actually sitting in the car. Okay. So there's less setup involved, but when you're sitting in the car, you want to be able to look like our eyes can look like a certain number of degrees left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see, like when I'm looking straight here, I can see, you know, beyond more left of the camera. With the VR headset, I don't think you can see that much. I don't think your peripheral vision can be seen as much. Your field of view from your eyeballs. With the triple screen, because it's a static thing and this image is guaranteed to be the same and, you know, stretched across. If you have your field of view set up and you're sitting in the correct position within the car and the distance from your eyeballs to the screens are correct, then your peripheral vision and, you know, everything outside of your peripheral vision or whatever will actually work correctly. So I think it will work. Philip, Merry Christmas. You too, Philip. Thank you, man. Thanks for the videos of the year, really helps. No problem, dudes. Yeah, I didn't really do many videos over the year, did I? Just a few, mostly streams. But next year, hopefully I'm changing that from January. I have a few ideas. I've been meaning to record one video, and hopefully a bit more entertaining. But I don't know, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer like the more detailed stuff like the last VDC video we did? What was the last video we did? Oh, I do know what last video we did. I don't mean to be dumb, but the last video of VDC, do you prefer that kind of depth of stuff, or are you guys kind of like open-minded? What you kind of like to watch? Because anything is kind of open, really. Anything is kind of open. Oh, shut up, Alan. Yeah, I don't know. See, setup looks sick. Yeah, man, it looks sick. Boosted Media setup is mad. Crazy money in it, though, I'm sure. You get motion sick from VR. Sucks if you wear glasses. I'm actually lucky because I'm... How do you describe it? Essentially up close. I can see up close perfectly fine. It's only long distances that my eyesight sucks. So, yeah. Tozol's ! Server. That should give you the password. And the server link. Because I actually don't know the password off by heart. I think it's Alan, actually. It's just my name, A-L-A-N. You enjoy the detailed stuff like the last vid? You're nearsighted. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, nearsighted. Because farsighted is when you can only see far, right? That makes sense. Enjoyed last video. Fun to know what goes through your mind during runs. Yeah, I think as well people can look at it from an education standpoint too. Like I was in voice chat after the last track, that Wall Stadium. I think I was in there till like 4 AM talking to some guys. Like, we were in there with the VDC judges and some of the other VDC drivers. I think Dard was in there. I think Enzi was in there as well. And I was like explaining to one of the guys. I was like, "Dude, you need to stop updating your car, man. You need to stop updating your car and just concentrate like on yourself. Because if you keep changing shit, like you're never going to be able to like figure out what's actually wrong. Like, essentially stop blaming everything else but yourself." Does that make sense? Because like the biggest game changer in everything in life is how you treat things, like your mental game. And like that's the biggest the biggest changing or performance increase is just like you as a person. So yeah, I was just like saying to him, man, like just concentrate on doing the best shit that you possibly can. And from there, you'll actually figure out like what's actually wrong. You put time into it, if you put effort into it, if you watch back all of your stuff and you're like, okay, I did that right. But for some reason I can't do this. And then from that, you'll actually be able to narrow down what's actually wrong. Is it you as a person, or your skill, or is it your mindset, or is it your ability, or is it your freaking car, or your setup, or something? Much rotation, can you get a DD? You can get this particular one. This particular one you see here, I can get it up to 900. Well, I can get, right now it's set to 900. But if I want, I can set it to... One second, this thing is a piece of shit software. I can set it to 1600. And you can see, like I'm actually turning it there, and it's going up to 1600. Hang on, this camera is better, there we go. As you can see, look at that. That's 1600 degrees. And it's horrible to drive, but probably ideal for like Euro Truck Simulator or something. Then this is 900 or close to it. So this is what most people are familiar with. Right, guys. Best for Arab drifting, yeah. Why don't you run one-to-one with your IRL car? Good question. So the IRL car is about 1150 or maybe 1200 degrees. So the sim stuff. I actually think that 900 degrees is a good balance between both. So you can transition quicker, and it is not too little degrees steering rotation where it's you know, unsmooth, like, you know what I'm saying, like if you have really low rotation, you're kind of keyboard like. Does that make sense? If you run like 270 degree steering, you have to be like spot on, like you have to be spot on with your inputs to be smooth. With 720, it's not too bad. With 900, I think is a good balance between precision and being smooth. Dude, this song always turns on every single fucking time. It's super annoying. There we go. Be gone. And so that's how I look at it, really. You know, it's a good balance between both. But yeah, would I run the real rotation as I would in the real car on the sim? Only if I was actually replicating the car one-to-one. like actually doing that. But for example, if I was doing a mod to release publicly, I wouldn't do that because AC has like a weird steering ratio thing that if you run any more than like 900 or something, it gets really weird feeling. Like it feels really weird. The scaling is odd. You have to work. Minty, you should go to work, man. You do some drifting. Flamax, I'm about to head off, man. I'm kind of finished. But you can still join the server. The server is still up right now. How many people are in it? Oh my god, what am I doing? Is there still people in it? Oh, there is. There's still quite a few people in it. You can join the server. ! server if you want to join it. Spicy Bubbles with the follow. Gomez with the follow as well. Time to shotgun a monster. Or Red Bull, whatever suits you, I suppose. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream. I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. I will hopefully be back and do one more stream before the New Year's. I don't know what we should do. What should we do for New Year's? New Year's stream. Well, when is New Year's Day? What day is New Year's? Is it like a Friday again? I think it's a Friday, isn't it? I think it's a Friday for New Year's Day, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, we'll probably do it, yeah, I don't know, someday next week, we'll see. Maybe I might do the normal schedule of Monday, Wednesday. I would do Friday, but I think Friday is New Year's Day, so we won't do it New Year's Day, fuck that. But, Snowdrift again, or go-karts on Daytona. Ooh, not a bad idea, we could do Snowdrift again. I'm not really sure, I'm kind of open-minded. I was thinking about playing some retro games, but to be honest, I think we should try and, like, do some more chill streams like this. It was fun. You too, Stigar. Merry Christmas to you too as well, man. Enjoy, guys. Night drifting, we could do actually. We need some 2G stuff. Gonna Swede with the follow. Goma Swede. Yeah, guys. We'll figure it out. Any ideas? Shoot me DM on Discord or shoot a message into the Discord at !Discord, guys, if you're not in it already. But yeah. Thank you so much for joining the chat or stream tonight. We do appreciate it, guys. We had a great stream. If you haven't already, check us out on social medias. !Socials and chat if you want to find us in more places. Oh, my head is dead. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. That's where we're at. Alan Hines, find us. Give us a follow. Much appreciated. We're nearly at 1,000 followers on Twitch. We're nearly at 2,000 subs on YouTube. We're nearly at 4,000 followers on Facebook. We've already passed 4,000 followers on Instagram, which rocks. That's class. And yeah, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon, probably next week. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas again. Next week, I'll wish you guys a New Year's, because I will be back next week. Feels bad, man. I know, I should really do a late night stream. Maybe we do a late night stream next week, will we? No, I'm not off next week. I can't do that. I'm still working next week. Or maybe I might do one over the weekend. We'll see. I don't know, guys. We'll see. But yeah, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and I'll see you later. Yeah, see you later. See you guys. See you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye. Bye, guys. That's it. Yeah. I'm very awkward in these streams, by the way. Just for anyone who's new joining, I'm very awkward in these streams. Sometimes I do my own background tune. But this time I'm just gonna freaking end it. That's it. Thanks, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace. Enjoy Christmas. Make sure Santi